are the solution.
Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com, and our interview segment at this time brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Well, it looks like that one of the most popular searches these days concerns the 40-hour work week, and if it is still as efficient, or could we go to a 4-day, 32-hour work week for full-time work? Joining us now to talk about this new trend in business is small business expert and the author of the upcoming book, Swirling the Drain, Why Small Businesses Fail and How to Stop the Leaks, Brent Garrett. Brent, it's good to talk to you this morning.
Good morning, Josh. Good to be with you.
All right. May I ask where we're calling you at today?
I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, so Todd apparently has an affinity for Texas, so I'll ask on his behalf. How's the weather down there?
It's steaming hot. We're in the air conditioning and plumbing business here, and it is so humid you could slice the air with a knife.
I can only imagine. We've got 70 degrees and looks like it's going to rain pretty soon, but we'll see what happens. All right, so the 32-hour work week, when did this start really getting steam as an idea for possibly the new normal in the workplace?
I think the conversation started before COVID, and it's of my own personal opinion that what's happened is as baby boomers start to leave the workplace, we have pretty much a balance between boomers, X's, Y's, and the Z's are starting to come in. Mm-hmm. And we're just looking differently at how we work. And this manufacturing mentality that came from the silent generation to the boomers carried over. I think we're moving more toward, this information age and our ability to create value by what we produce, not the time that we put in. And I think just it's a conversation that evolved when COVID hit us. Some progressive or forward-thinking companies started looking at their work week differently. I certainly did during COVID. And we had some idea about what that might look like, but I think both employee and employer kind of looked at it and said, man, this makes a lot of sense. And there's a lot of benefits on both sides.
So what are some of the benefits? Obviously, the employee getting a 32-hour work week, one of the benefits is more time off to probably either do the chores or live their life or whatever they need to do. But it also kind of compresses things. It sounds like does it make it sound like the employee is now getting a little bit more pressure to do the quality job they need to do to kind of earn that extra day?
Well, I think let's clarify something. Mainly, this is for hourly employees, and there are two distinct categories. And you used the word compressed, and that's exactly what they call it. The compressed category is converting a 5-day, 8-hour-a-week, 8-hour-a-day work week to a 4-day, 10-hour schedule. There is also, and I think you might be referring to the shortened 4-day work week where they actually reduce to 32 hours. This is legislative driven, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But
sure.
I think on the compressed, the advantages for the employee, obviously, what we're seeing is better work-life balance, which is something that's very important to Gen X and Gen Y and Gen Z, your millennials, and then your younger folks that are joining the workforce. Spending quality time with family and friends, doctor appointments, hobbies, that kind of thing, and also pursuing funny enough, the Gen Zers are quite the entrepreneurs, and so it's allowing them other time. They're actually more industrious. They're taking that time and putting it into a small business. The benefits for the employer, pretty obvious. Lower labor costs, reduced overtime, improved employee retention. Surely we have seen that in our business. Consequently, less burnout. And what I didn't see coming when we first did it was a larger recruiting pool, people who are Gen Y and Z wanting to be a part of our team because we're open to looking at work differently.
Now, this has become something that is become a bit of a discussion point among state governments. In fact, Pennsylvania lawmakers have been talking since the start of the month about introducing a bill to incentivize a 4-day work week. We know California has been also taking care of things. So this is really becoming a popular idea among the states, at least the state government, as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, a lot of folks look at our economy and they want to believe that it's a capitalist or free market. Really what we are is a mixed economy. Mm-hmm. And so I happen to be more of a capitalist and want less government intervention in my business. The 32-hour week is government or legislative, and the downside for an employer, in my opinion, is that what we're going to do is pay same amount of money for a 32-hour work week, and when they hit that 33rd hour, then we're going to pay overtime. So that's going to put a lot of pressure on employers. I am a much bigger proponent to letting the market determine, because you're right, these team members, employees, this new generation, I don't think we're going backwards. I think they're bringing a lot of really good ideas. They work more efficiently. They get their work done. Remember, the compressed is still 40 hours.
Yeah.
It's just in 4 days.
Yeah. All right. We're talking with Brent Garrett this morning, a small business expert and author, talking about could a 4-day work week actually work? And companies have already started to toy with the idea, and state legislation from across the United States has also started to toy with the idea. So, Brent, I'm going to ask you to look into the crystal ball. We know that this could be, there's a very big possibility that this could be the wave of the future, but how close is that future?
Well, I think I can give you some tangible evidence. A couple of years ago, when COVID hit us in March of 2020, I circled the team up. We have a plumbing and air conditioning business. I've owned businesses for 35 years. And said, hey, guys, everybody's going to get 40 hours, but we're going to have to work Saturdays too. So we're going to look at this creatively and go to a 4-3 work schedule. In those 2 years, we doubled the size of the company, and we had a greater supply. In the trade business, I think you probably heard that skilled labor is very competitive.
Yes.
We found that people were coming, knocking on our door, and I asked them, hey, why did you come? It's because of the 4-3 work schedule. So in my opinion, in that, as anecdotal as it may be in just my own business, I think certain sectors are going to lunge forward to this. It's not for everybody. And I think what you see in entrepreneurs or business owners, we're very cautious about this legislative involvement for a one-size-fits-all approach.
Wow. All right, so we have a few minutes left, Brent. Let's talk about your upcoming book here, Swirling the Drain, Why Small Businesses Fail, How to Stop the Leaks. This sounds like it's coming from your own personal experience as a small businessman.
Well, it is a little play on words on the swirling the drain, but it's for all small businesses. There's, every business starts with a dream of something better, something different, more money, better life. But the truth of the matter, just the balls and strikes of starting a small business, is that every business that starts this year, 50% of them will be out of business 5 years from now.
Wow.
That's just a fact. And so swirling the drain is trying to identify those different stages and really be conscious of when you might start swirling the drain and heading in the wrong direction, reversing the flow, and getting your business turned around. And there's some very, very specific reasons why businesses fail.
Yeah. I'm sure you're going to be going over that in your book. When is it going to hit the book stands?
It's for a release latter part of the third quarter this year, early part of fourth quarter.
All right, and I'm assuming that people can get it at their local bookstore, Amazon, or through you or website maybe?
Yeah, when we release it, or you can probably get it through BrentGarrett.com. That's how you can find us.
All right, excellent. So BrentGarrett.com. Hey, Brent, thank you very much for joining us on Indiana in the Morning to talk about this. All the best to you down in Texas. I hope it cools off.
Enjoyed it, Josh. Good to be with you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Brent Garrett joining us this morning here on Indiana in the Morning, talking about the 4-day work week. Our interview presented by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Personal Injury Law Firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people.